Nincada, Ninjask, and Shedinja are all very unique Pokemon. Nincada being the only bug ground type, Ninjask having one of the highest speed stats in the game, and Shedinja being the only bug ghost type, also having one of the most unique abilities in the game. Ninjask and Shedinja have somewhat respectable stats, but not respectable enough to find success in competitive play. Although, if Shedinja was in Scarlet and Violet, it would be the most broken Pokemon ever. Today I'm going to answer the question, can you beat Pokemon Emerald with only Nincada, Ninjask, and Shedinja? But first, the rules. I can only use Nincada, Ninjask, or Shedinja. HM Pokemon are allowed but not in battle. No glitches or exploits, and no items used in battle. So with no further ado, let's begin. I start by using the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to turn Trico into Nincada. I help the Professor and he lets me keep Nincada. I then take on May, who beats me in our first encounter. Second try with 1 level gained, I hang on and beat May. I then enter Roxanne's gym at level 12. I know I won't be able to win, but just want to try my luck. I've seen other people attempt this run, so I know I had to get Shedinja to level 38 to beat this gym. With 3 Shadow Balls later, I leave the gym victorious. I take on Brawly with Ninjask as I wanted this run to be somewhat challenging. I set up a few double teams for safety and start chipping away at his team. I defeat Brawly, then hand the letter to Steven. Another May fight just before Watson, it's a clean sweep with Ninjask. Wally meets me outside the gym and gets destroyed. Attempt 1 against Watson is kinda weird. I set up a Sword Stance with Ninjask and then get exploded on. Electrite eats a Fury Cutter, then takes out Ninjask. I then get horrible luck with Shedinja hitting itself with a confusion, ending the battle. Attempt 2 goes somewhat smoother. I swap blades but Voltorb goes for Rollout, luckily missing. Electrite gets one shot by Shadow Ball. I screech the Magneton and follow up with a Shadow Ball, which takes it out. I swap in Ninjask to take on the Manectric to scout out moves. Ninjask faints and I swap in Shedinja to finish the fight. I take on Maxi, 2 Sword Stances and spamming Slash knocks out his entire team. Flannery time. I do a similar strat where I set up 2 Sword Stances and spam Slash, killing her Numel, Slugma and Camelrupt. Unfortunately, Tolkor lives a Slash and knocks out Ninjask, but luckily Shedinja can finish the job. On to our dad. Yes, our dad. This was easily my hardest fight and took me about an hour to complete. Spinner starts with Teeter Dance and most of the time after a Swords Dance, I knock myself out. Many attempts later and levels gained, I get a good run. I open with Swords Dance and Spinner hits a Facade. I take out Spinner and Vigoroth with Slash. I then set up 1 more Swords Dance against Lanoon for Slacking. I knock out Lanoon and out comes Slacking. It lives a Slash but lucky for me it yawns and I knock it out the following turn. Next up I take on Admin Shelly at the weather station with no problem. I verse Skyline open with Shedinja who gets deleted by an Aerial Ace. I then bring in Ninjask and set up Swords Dance. I one-shot her entire team except for Skarmory, who goes down with 2 slashes. I then take on Max and Admin Matt, who don't put up a fight at all. Tantalizer time. This one took me a while as I need Xatu to use a Calm Mind. Xatu sets up a Calm Mind and I Shadow Ball everything to death. I break up Kyogre and Growlithe's beef with the help of Rayquaza and then I take on Juan. Juan can't hit Shedinja at all, so I just spam Shadow Ball the whole time. I beat up Wally in Victory Road. And now it's time. It's time to take on the Elite Four. And here's how my team looks. I have a level 65 Ninjask and a level 67 Shedinja. I don't think these levels will be good enough, but we'll see how we go. Up first is Sydney. I lead Ninjask and do the old Swords Dance trick. Mightyena lives at Aerial Ace, but after another Swords Dance, I sweep his entire team. Next is Phoebe. I lead Shedinja and knock out the first 2 Pokemon with Shadow Ball. Out comes Sublime, but I stay in hoping a Shadow Ball can knock it out, but it hangs on. I send out Ninjask and set up a couple of Swords Dances and call it a day. I lost to Glacier on my first few attempts and needed a level. I then, you guessed it, set up some Sword Dances and proceed to slash everything. Her last Pokemon Wolverine gets critted by Slash, which I actually think mattered. Drayden was my hardest Elite Four member. I got Ninjas all the way to 76 and needed Shelgon and miss a Rock Tomb to stand a chance. I take out Shelgon and Flygon, then set up another Sword Stance on Altaria. Salamence is the toughest Pokemon. It's RNG if Aerial Ace one-shots it or not. Lucky for me it did, and now, it's champion time. For someone with the title champion, Wallace was a bit of a pushover. Wallace leads Wailord. I set up a Swords Dance with Ninjask, then Baton Pass into Shedinja. Other than status moves, nothing on Wallace's team can hit Shedinja. I Shadow Ball his team to death, but Melodic lives on about 10% health and hits me with a Toxic which takes out Shedinja. Ninjask comes in and 1 Aerial Slater ends the battle, making me the champion. I actually wasn't sure if Melodic would live or die to this Aerial Ace or not. Overall, this run wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It's not the first time I've completed a run like this with these 2 Pokemon. Let me know what Pokemon you want to see me use next in the comment section down below. I want to alternate between these types of videos and top 10 videos, but we'll see how we go. I do work full time, so this is kind of a hobby for now. Subscribe to see more Pokemon related content in the future. I do thank you all for watching and I'll see you next time. Peace.